Sometimes knowing too much can really get you in trouble. And it happened with me with ERC20s. I knew all about the limitations of the technology and the problems with the tokens, and I missed high growth areas like Aave and Compound and MakerDAO. And I think we're going to see the Wolf of Wall Street. He just had a guess where he says, I don't get XRP. It's far behind, Ethereum and Solana. But what he is missing here is the growth. XRP Ledger is the fastest growing blockchain in the world at real world tokenization, RWAs. And it's going to continue to excel in those areas. We're going to get into it. We also have a CEO from a new SPAC that just launched. And really, she gives her mindset here of how they're going to allocate capital across the crypto space. And I'm telling you right now, XRP Ledger is going to be a big beneficiary of how institutions are going to invest in crypto. We'll get into that. It's just a lot to go over. Let's jump into here. So we see right here, XRP, I don't really get it. First and foremost, this Tom Dunleavy, who's on the Wolf of Wall Street, he doesn't get it because he needs to take a look. He needs to do his research. He needs to know what he's looking at here. He says the following: it's centralized, it's slow, and XRP is nothing more than a banker meme coin. He says he likes Ethereum, Solana, and Link for RWA infrastructures, but he doesn't see the point of XRP. It's simply a banker meme coin. Look, you don't know more than Franklin Templeton, all these big institutions that are launching XRP ETFs, all the banks and infrastructure that are leveraging this technology. And what he's missing, yes, XRP Ledger is behind Ethereum and Solana in a lot of these different areas, but XRP is the fastest growing blockchain in terms of RWAs. It's not even close. It is picking up on volume and it's picking up on assets issued. It is the place to be. It's not where you are today. In investing, it's all about growth, and there's no better opportunity than this blockchain. Remember, XRP Ledger is the original RWA chain, the first with being able to tokenize other assets and decentralized exchanges and all of this kind of stuff. This is in our wheelhouse, and we're growing quickly. And yeah, Tether and Circle, they may be far higher market caps than RLUSD, but you got to admit, this is a challenger that we're going to see massive growth, and you want to be in those areas that are going to grow fast. And that's the point. Real things are happening on the XRP Ledger. It's growing faster than anything else out there, and that's the key. It's not about where you are today at the end of 2025. It's where you're going to be 12 months from now, 24 months from now. That's where we are going to capture value. To just put your head in the sand and ignore everything that's going on, well, I think it is investing suicide. You got to see the reality of what's happening right now. And again, there's a lot of great things in blockchain, but the XRP Ledger is not some sort of meme coin. It is the epicenter for RWAs, tokenization, stable coins. This is where that growth is going to happen because it was built from day one back in 2012 for that purpose. And that's the key. We're going to capture a lot of value here. This isn't some dummy chain. This is where the growth is at here. Now, we have this. This is the CEO of Reserve One. And what she says is, when they do their allocation, they're going to invest very similar to what we saw with the U.S. digital asset stockpile: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and Cardano. And so when you look at institutions out there, they're going to think like this. They're going to invest much like this. That is a huge stamp of approval. When you had in that stockpile, these are the coins we're going to try to keep our money in. From a government standpoint, you best believe that the market's going to follow suit. And even if it is 80%, 70%, 60% Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. Just being in this group is going to bring a lot of capital into your digital asset of choice. And again, that's the way Reserve One is going to take it. I think that's the way a lot of major investors are going to invest in this space. They're going to look at, hey, what is the U.S. government? What are they doing with their stockpile? And they're going to do the same. And again, XRP is going to be one of the highest weighted out there because it is perpetually one of the highest market caps in the world within cryptocurrencies. Franklin Templeton today putting out XRP is a payment-first blockchain, enabling real-time, low-cost settlement and cross-border transaction efficiency. With a diversified digital portfolio, we view XRP Ledger's native token, the XRP crypto asset, as a foundational building block, given its market cap significance. And it's not today or yesterday. I mean, it's over a decade. It is relentless. It is not ending, and it continues to hold its space. And when you have investors, they're not just only going to buy Bitcoin, they're not only going to buy Ethereum, they're going to have a broad outlook like this. And a lot of money is going to hit XRP for just that reason, because people want diversification. And there are clearly times when XRP grows faster than any other crypto out there. And that's not going to end. It's going to continue. We see here from Panos. He says the number one goal of the XRP Ledger ecosystem for 2026 should be to move up in top 5 in both RWAs and overall transaction value locked. Anything less is a failure. We shouldn't settle for mediocrity. Bringing more RWAs, yield-bearing stablecoins, tokenization of gold, silver, stocks, fractional real estate, that should be the goal. And that's exactly where you're going to see a lot of action here. And this is what's important and is ignored by a lot of people. Yes, XRP Ledger is a payment-first blockchain. Every single one of these use cases, RWAs, trading on a DEX, there's always a payment there. I sell you my silver, you pay me in a stablecoin, there's a payment, there's a settlement. And that is why XRP Ledger is going to be a beast in this arena, the fastest growing area on blockchain, where real institutions are going to jump in here and want to dominate. Best believe that. I think Panos is right, and you don't have to worry about it. This is going to be an area of high growth for the XRP Ledger. Tomorrow, Warren Buffett's last day as CEO at Berkshire Hathaway. What a legacy there. Buffett took a stock from $19 a share to $750,000 a share today. Congratulations to the best investor of all time. And it just shows, have a long-term horizon. Don't get, washed out by investing in nonsense, and you just keep compounding those gains over time. You will be successful, and we've seen that in stocks and crypto. These major cryptocurrencies that have staying power, you're going to do quite well over time. Crypto or us saying crypto clarity coming. This has been the one thing I've been saying. We have midterms next year. A little bit concerning, but a lot of people are saying it's going to happen. We saw Grayscale say it's going to happen. Senator Loomis is saying the same here. Senator Loomis says the Responsible Financial Innovation Act of 2026 will draw a clear line between securities and commodities. We don't need that so much in today's environment, but you never know who the regulators of tomorrow are going to be. This has to be codified. And when you see that, it's not just going to be about investing, because you can always sell your Bitcoin, sell your XRP. This is going to make people comfortable with actually adopting this technology. And for utility blockchains like XRP, that's going to be a game changer. Support for legitimate cryptocurrency projects while keeping investors safe. We need that. We don't want investors to get rug pulled. They get sick of it. They won't want to play along. We need investor protection, but also, clear laws for those entrepreneurs out there. Clarify which government agencies regulate different types of assets. So is it the SEC, the CFTC? Who is it? Who's in charge? Who should we look to for clarity? A lot of this stuff, again, we'll go over the CFTC. Protect consumers, prevent financial crimes, fine, and regulate stablecoins, even though we do have some stablecoin regulations out. This will just give us more clarity, more protections. And that's important as this becomes prime time here. And we see Jerome Powell. 87% chance the Federal Reserve does not lower interest rates in January. Look, it's not so much about these, how far they pull down the rates. It's about opening up the balance sheet. Are they going to have looser financial conditions? That's what we want. It doesn't matter what we want. They have to do it because there's a lot of distress out there in the job market, housing market, a lot of stuff. They're going to just flood the market with capital in 2026. And that should be good for risk on assets. Maxine Water demanding a hearing of SEC Chair Paul Atkins over crypto enforcement rollbacks. Again, they stopped a lot of the court cases. They're giving a lot of guidance. And whatever your policy is, whether you're a Republican or Democrat, I think we can all agree that clear laws are better than no laws. And so I think he's doing a great job here. They're giving out, a lot of clarity to the marketplace where people can be comfortable and do things within the law. And, that stuff can be adjusted over time. Just don't stymie the whole area. That's what's important. Who cares what Maxine Waters has to say? Lastly, Grant Cardone. He's saying that he will launch the world's largest real estate Bitcoin company in 2026. This is what I would say. If there's some utility, if he's using blockchain in a, significant way where you leverage the technology, great. If it's just you're trying to cash in on the adoption and popularity of Bitcoin, well, that's not going to be good. You're not doing anything with the technology. But a lot of people are going to jump in here and try to make their way because crypto is the future. And he recognizes that along with a lot of other people. Do I think that Grant Cardone is going to do anything here significant? No, I think he's just grifting on the popularity of crypto, but we will see. Let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.